welcome to Sports in 60 Minutes right here on iRival Studios. I'm Femi Farawe. I'm excited to have you join us. Now, today promises to be big. We're looking forward to Nigeria's qualifying phase in the games against Libya. So we'll predict for the game and we'll build up to the game on Tuesday next week, where Nigeria could get the opportunity to inch even closer to qualifying for the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. We'll be sharing the thoughts of the guys right here. They've got all of it packed. I've got Francisca Nwobodo right here in the building. Francisca, how are you doing today?
I'm very well, thank you. I feel great to be in the studio once again.
Are you ready for the prediction we normally go through? Because
of course,
it's that time
absolutely.
again.
I'm ready.
We've also got Mr. Pessimistic right here in the building. No one else but Princewill, Oviesan, the one who doubted the Super Eagles. But this is their time.
Well, he said I'm pessimistic. P for Prince and P for pessimism.
Okay.
No problem. I'm good to be here.
All right, so we'll be sharing our thoughts from that and a lot more. Remember, it's the international week, so no club football coming through, but there'll be NPFL games. We'll touch on this and more when we come back from this break. All right, so let's talk about the qualifying phase for the 2025. I like to say 2025/2026 Africa Cup of Nations, because the tournament starts in December of 2025 and finishes in January 2026. Now, the Super Eagles of Nigeria are in camp, all 23 players. It's a doubleheader against Libya on Friday, the first game in Uyo. The second game will be in Benina Benghazi on Tuesday, the 15th, when Nigeria once again will be in action to secure qualification. Now, there's been loads of great stories coming out from Princewill, but let's start off with the manager, who says it's 6 points for him.
Obviously, considering the fact that we've had fantastic timeouts when we played the Libyans. The 4 times we've met, we've had victories, and the camp is bubbling. Like somebody wrote, the camp is humming. All the players are in camp, is ready to go, perfecting the strategy. So 3 points first for me is assured.
3 points short for you.
Sure.
Francisca?
3 points at home.
At home.
Okay. Away, Uncle?
And do you want us to talk about the away?
It's together now.
Well, like rightly said, I have this very cool pessimism when it comes to us playing away.
So finally, you're Mr. Pessimistic.
Yes. Anyhow you put it. You see, the commitment of the players has always been my concern. And the rate of discipline in that particular team is one of the worst I've seen for over 25 years. I've been following the Super Eagles.
Discipline or indiscipline?
Indiscipline, I beg your pardon. Thank you very much, Francisca.
I'm allowed to praise you none of that. Wow.
Because
what juice are you on this morning?
I think you don't have a national team where you have a particular day to return and FIFA sanctioned that particular day, and you're coming 3 days or 2 days to a game. It doesn't show sign of respect to the coach itself.
Well,
you guys want to form your vote on the game?
No, Femi.
But what do you expect?
Now.
What do you expect, Prince?
No, I totally disagree with this, and I know that I want to give you your platform.
You always disagree.
The only players who came in, 2 of them, Chidera Ejuke and Kelechi Iheanacho. And the reason for that, the reason I repeat, was because they had challenges with their flight plan. Now, beyond having that challenge, they came in as a Wendy. They came in on Tuesday.
Can I ask you a question before you land? When the invitation got to the club, flight arrangements were already made. So which hitches came up that you could not communicate back to the camp?
A lot of hitches come up in terms of flying in Africa. And we all agree that it's different, because the first thing we always say is, in Europe, players show up on Monday. But you remember that in Europe, all they need to do is take a train from London. You get to France in a couple of hours.
Are you aware that the Ghana national team, all players were in camp as at Monday evening?
Princewill, I'm insulted by what you have said. I'm ashamed of you, Princewill. Why? You compare us to Ghana. I'm ashamed of you. Excuse me. Ghana won a game in this qualifying phase. Have they won a game? I'm ashamed of what you have said, Princewill. I will not tolerate you comparing us to people
He just wants to change the whole conversation.
This is both.
Listen.
Ghana players also
You
playing.
just want to change
Ghana players have had 2 games, right? And in 2 games, 1 point. Niger and Angola.
Don't change the narrative. Don't change the narrative.
Do you know?
These players play in Europe, don't they?
Which players that our president was insulting on the video? We all saw with our 2 eyes.
Femi, you're changing the narrative.
We use our 2 Oju and to see.
This is Oboju, very strong.
No, I will never tolerate this.
See, I'm not even in this. I don't want to be in this conversation, because I expected whatever indiscipline that is going to come. For the fact that what's his name? Victor Osimhen did what he did and he's get
Nothing
away
was done.
with
You
it.
guys should stop living in the past.
Anything you see,
Stop
just
living in
take.
the
The past
Just
molds
take.
the
So
future.
that's just
Femi,
it.
the past
I'm not
molds the
surprised.
future.
You guys are talking about one of the
Don't be
most
surprised that
decorated-
one day they'll
talking
just
about-
tell the
Hold
coach.
on.
It's talking about one of the most followed players.
No,
The
use
most followed players.
use,
Not even one of the most.
use the word you wanted to use.
No,
The most
in this current team.
Deco.
Yes, in this current team, the most decorated player in this
Who?
team. Victor Osimhen.
That's not
Who
true.
else has been African Footballer of the Year? Who else has been African Footballer of the Year?
Wait first. He's
I will not
currently
tolerate-
holding it, no problem. But as we speak, in terms of performance and all of that, it is not Victor Osimhen.
Who is
I
it?
stand to be corrected. Ademola Lookman.
I
stand to be corrected.
I don't look man is tempera.
And he's building up to he will overthrown or even
Overthrow?
that overtake
Are you saying that
Victor
Nwobodo cannot
Osimhen.
pick the?
I don't look man is older than Osimhen. Is he not even ashamed of saying that he's just speaking?
Oh, guy, it's not by age.
It's by
I
age.
beg.
Thank you. It's
I
by
beg,
age.
not be by
It's
age.
It's by age.
I get
Femi,
time before
Femi,
no
you see
be
this
property.
gra thing you brought up now.
What do you mean by
We'll
gra-gra?
continue this show in that gra manner. Because
by
see,
producers?
you know, like to talk about it. The rate of indiscipline in that team has
What do you
metamorphosed into a
expect?
skyscraper.
Me,
That
Only
the
two
coach-
players came in and they said flight issues. And people say indiscipline. Two.
And I gave you Ghana.
Two.
I gave you Ghana as an
Ghana
instance.
never win one match.
No, it's
don't
not-
compare to who
So,
never win one match.
so do we now
They play
compare
Europe.
ourselves with Ghana?
Do you know that Ghana have
play
had to,
you-
do you know that Ghana have had to strip Ghana? Let me tell you something. Do you know that CAF enter Ghana?
There are 13 players in Ghana national team that are in Europe.
Wait now,
Allow
Princewill, let
him
me
to
answer you.
make
Because you
it-
asked me a
make
very
it
good
land.
question.
Which
And I
question?
love the question you asked me. Ghana in disarray.
Yes, we know.
Not only did their president do a video, do you know that the game they are going to play, this qualifier,
They are not playing in their
that's
house.
number two.
Where? Because
Number
of the
three, wait
Fiasco
now.
team of
Number
last
three,
time.
the team they are playing against,
good
Sudan. Who is coaching Sudan? A Ghanaian.
Yes, and he has been told to step down.
Why? Because he's doing it. What he's doing is ethically wrong. You are a member of the Ghana FA, and you are also the coach of Sudan.
He has been
That
told to
is
step
wrong.
down. He has been
You
told to
cannot
choose.
compare the Super
Francisca.
Eagles. How do you compare the Super Eagles with people who have not even won a game in the African qualifying phase?
I told you. This gra.
Leave,
This is a new level.
People that
Femi.
stripped their captain. Now they are saying that
Leave,
Kudus will captain them. Kudus.
Leave
Is Kudus
Femi.
not a good player? Is Kudus not a good player?
Kudus will reach our own best players now.
Is Kudus not a good
Which
player?
Kudus will reach our best players.
Let's come back to the Super Eagles. My pessimism stems from the fact that if you check all our away records, we've not done pretty well, Francisca. This is the
I
truth.
agree with you.
Under
Which
which
one?
manager? Under which manager?
Yes,
Under which manager?
Femi is bringing the...
Labadia. Under
You know
Labadia.
what I'm asking people to do?
Under
You know what I'm
Labadia.
asking you guys to do?
Go ahead.
Make your prediction. Because I remember what both of you suffered the last time.
I didn't say anything.
Both of you suffered.
I didn't say anything.
You both suffered.
I'm a man of
My,
integrity.
this,
and she's a woman of integrity.
exactly.
She
My
fulfilled her
prediction.
promises.
Yes, I did. My
Ite
prediction
now.
came.
Ite.
Femi, there's
Femi,
something
you are
you're
trying
this
to be
morning. I will get
sarcastic
there.
this morning.
We'll get there.
Today, I
Honestly.
really don't understand.
We'll
But
get
my
there.
prediction came, but it didn't just come in the right
So
way.
put your
and
prediction now in the right
manner.
way. Don't just throw your prediction in the air. Put it in the right way.
In
I
the
don't
right
mind.
way. Okay, he's done.
He said a win
A
And a
win.
draw.
and a draw.
Yes.
I go with him. We are winning home and we are drawing away.
Our level of
I go
performance
with him.
in away games has not been anything
Again,
to write home
as
about.
I've been saying it from the start, I'm ashamed of the two of you.
I
I'm
go
ashamed
with
of both of you.
him. I will go with him.
Libya, where we go beat.
No.
Libya will go beat.
Now, because
Mind you,
We go
can I
beat
shock
Libya
you?
to win.
Can I shock you? We'll struggle to beat Libya in New York. Yes.
I never know we dispatch them.
No, Femi, I'll be calling you when the game is going on.
it's tomorrow now.
Yes, it's tomorrow.
2 matches.
Tomorrow.
Those 2 games,
Yes.
guys. I guarantee you one thing.
6 points.
6 points.
4 points.
6 points.
4 points.
6 points. We'll finish the qualifying phase this one with 10. And remember, once again, our 4-feet stance.
I agree. But if
So,
we
Francisca,
one,
Francisca mind
but
the call.
wait,
Francisca mind the
hold
call.
on.
Because you know that Francisca
Wait.
God has just been blessing me. God has been blessing me. Because God sees my heart.
You're making me to laugh so much
So
this morning.
God has not been blessing us.
Yeah.
No, I did not say that. I don't say that. I don't say that God has put your own prayer on pending. Because last time your prayers did not come in.
You're not
This
God.
time
No,
around,
your
this
prayers
time
did not come
around,
in. My
it
prayers
is going
came
to
in.
come
Can I
to
shock you?
Shock me.
fulfillment.
Can I shock you? God does not take side in football. God has nothing to do with football because
Exactly.
the same God that created you created me. The same God that created Libya
Do you
created
know,
Nigerians.
Francisca, maybe I should put this question to you because it seems as if I realize that Mr. P here is just going to go with his pessimism. Let me come to you and ask you another question.
Okay.
Because what my producers asked me here is, talk about Maduka Okoye. See our goalkeeping department, so solid. We've got 3 good goalkeepers. Now, Maduka Okoye said Inter knelt, crawled, and begged him to sign for
To
them.
sign for-
But I said, no, Udinese is where my heart is. And I want to get to that level. Doesn't think the Super Eagles are jamming.
See, let me tell you something. Funny enough, the reason why he's doing all of those things, because you and I know that Nwobodo is the number one goalkeeper for the Super Eagles of Nigeria because of his performance in the last AFCON.
Yes.
So he's doing all of these things so that you people will change your mind and make him the number one goalkeeper.
But if he becomes number one goalkeeper,
I don't want him to become the number one. I do not want him to become the number one goalkeeper.
Can I come in here?
Come in.
We are okay with Nwobodo.
You see, either anybody likes to not. The level of performance Nwobodo broke.
Exactly. So you don't come and overthrow him.
Another problem again we have with the national team is there's so much media influence in the national team. Some of our colleagues pick up names and flaunt them around, write about them, positive news, and the next thing you see is disconnection in the national team. Let Okoye remain on the seat.
Exactly.
Let him be on the bench.
And carry our Nwobodo.
I'm confused that you people don't see change.
Change.
When change presents itself.
When we did change, we got change. Nwobodo was the change that we got. Yeah.
Even to get us one, I wanted to take it to the entire system.
No. We didn't change, we got change.
We didn't change, and this is where the change is.
Nwobodo was exceptional in that Nations Cup.
I like the fact that as Nwobodo is like, he knows if you make one small mistake,
exactly, it is.
Peter Rufai made mistakes.
No.
How do you mean?
When Okoye made one mistake, we yanked him off.
Well, it wasn't just one mistake.
Make one mistake.
It wasn't just one mistake.
It was one mistake.
Okoye made more than two mistakes.
No, it was one mistake. It was only that mistake against this thing now. It was during, it was an AFCON.
It was more than
AFCON.
It was more than
and
one
Nigerians
mistake.
sat here and said, crucify him, bury him. But look at what they did. Like the phoenix, he rose from the ashes. And once again, Nigeria is at the top of international
He's a good goalkeeper. Take nothing away from him.
No, exactly.
But you see, the circumstance,
but the fact that we are here.
Yes, he can, but not now.
But not now.
Consistency is what we're looking for.
Not now.
Nwobodo is right in there.
Not now. It's also just the case. I just hope that it is not what it's going to be. That if eventually Austin Eguavoen qualifiers for the Nations Cup next year and will now say, oh, Uncle, go and stay one place. We'll bring another.
That's what he should do.
We'll bring another
that's
coach.
What he should do.
It is not. It is unfair.
That would be unjust.
It's so unfair.
We need to read more stories. If not, because I want to take you.
It is so unfair.
So
the same thing with Nwobodo. You cannot compare someone who has taken us to almost to
Francisca,
where we are currently, and you want to say that Okoye.
You've been disappointed from the onset of the show. No problem.
So
keep going on.
Just keep getting yourself disappointed.
Everyone has failed us in 2021 AFCON. Everyone has not let us go to the
But now he's going to save you people.
It is his job.
His job to fail us, Abi?
No.
It's just to take us to the promised land.
You just gave me a name that I am Mr. Pessimistic. I'll remain in that particular fold because the truth remains that, right? We want consistency.
Yes.
I think the goalkeeper area have gotten it. For the first time, I see
we have at least two
defense.
We have two good goalkeepers fighting for.
I've seen a coordinated defense.
Yeah.
With what Trusted is doing, that commandeering and talking communication. The midfield has not given the joy most Nigeria wanted.
I think that's the weakest part of
yes,
it.
Yes,
it is.
Then the attack line, we begin to get the wing attack like we used to have it.
We're getting players, they ball. Guys with the ball.
Let me laugh.
But the African football of the year. The next African football of the year is also from the
midfield.
So you agree that Lukman is the next African football of the year?
Boniface is the one.
Okay, we'll get there.
Boniface said he's the one. There was a video where Boniface said he thought he's the one to be.
Yeah, he's contending. He's qualified to be. Because he did very well last season. But Ademola Lookman is on the run.
But you can't take it away from Ademola Lookman.
That's not the truth.
Lookman tried.
You can't.
Lookman tried.
With what he's been doing,
he tried.
You can't.
Look,
he's been fantastic.
Can you see the way he's presenting it?
Lookman tried.
Imagine.
He once talked about Lookman.
Compared to what Osimhen did.
No, Osimhen's out of it. Osimhen's out of it. Osimhen's out of it.
Let's read more stories.
Go ahead.
I don't know. It's not as if today, two of you are going to do conspiration meeting.
There's no meeting. It's just like when you don't say the right thing. Exactly. When you don't say the right thing, of course, we'll countersign you.
But I have facts that I'm using to back what I've said up.
Either you like it or not. And the Super Eagles facts are not what I will accept from you, Femi.
You compared us to Princewill. You compared us to Ghana. I'm disappointed.
Was it not Ghana that stopped us from going to the World Cup?
That's true.
Ghana that were giving us
right here in our house in Abuja.
He said we compare.
That is true.
No, take that to the archive. Ghana stopped us.
Let's talk about England.
Yes, go ahead.
Let's talk
about England. Cole Palmer is the player of the year for England. You know, that has caused a lot of controversies. You're clapping. You agree?
I think I do.
Ahead of Jude Bellingham, ahead of Bukayo Saka.
Saka.
ahead of Bellingham. Bellingham won the Champions League last season.
But let's not take it away from Cole Palmer. He's been doing pretty well.
What
with
did he
Chelsea.
win after everything he did?
But at least he's been making Chelsea, you know, a talking point.
The player of the Spanish La Liga last season was Jude Bellingham. The player who was the clutch player at the Euros was Jude Bellingham. The assist for the goal Palmer scored in the final of the Euros was Bellingham. Bellingham was the third top scorer in Spain.
I'm not shocked. If they can do it to Okocha and CAF, it can be done anywhere.
Okay, so Princewill, finally for one, me and Princewill agree on something. At this point, I'd have stretched my hand, but it's going to be too far to reach you.
No, you can.
No, don't worry.
No,
It's
don't
okay.
worry, it's all right.
You can give it to Francisca.
No.
Okay.
I don't want.
You don't want it. All right.
Let's take one more story before we go for a break.
Okay.
PSG. Now, we know under Luis Enrique, they sort of built a system that works for them, taking out some of the superstars. But there's been constant interest in Nigeria's Ademola Lookman. Once again, they tossed their hats. We got Manchester United are also in interest. Chelsea are also there as well to battle for Victor Boniface. There's been a rise in the interest of Nigerian footballers. What's your take on this?
It gladdens my heart to know that Nigerian footballers have been sorted after. Sorry, I have to bring in this, and I'm happy Francisca is right in here. Some couple of years ago, it was myself, Francisca, and Humphrey Njoku. I said I'm looking forward to a period where Nigerian players will be in high demand, and that's what we're seeing. You remember I said that.
Where were you guys having this conversation?
That was in a different.
No, I'm saying that, like, where was it?
I don't understand.
TV show. On a
No,
TV
not
show.
on a TV show.
Okay. I wanted to know if it was a restaurant.
Not on a TV show. Not on the set.
Prof does not go to
It was
restaurant.
in an enclosed place.
Humphrey Njoku doesn't go to restaurants.
Okay, you want me to say Buka? You want me to hear Buka?
But the truth is that it's a good thing to know that Ademola Lookman is on high demands. You're talking about top club PSG, Manchester United, Chelsea. He has actually paid his dues. Yes, he has actually paid his dues.
They're talking about Lookman, not
both of them.
Boniface.
Both of them.
Last season was one period that Lookman will look back and say, what a year it was. And
Last year or this year?
Last season.
Last season, yes.
So if he's
Last season
been sorted
into
after
this year.
by top-notch club of that pedigree, I think he deserves it.
Well, for me, this is good news, to be honest. But then again, I worry for the players, because I worry in the sense that, you know, when all of this thing come, most time they do not have that mentality to carry the I don't know how
Moses
to,
had
because they aren't
John
really
Obi Mikel had
consistent.
the
I'm talking about being consistent.
No, but Victor Moses, John Obi Mikel mentioned two Nigerians recently that comes to mind. I'm not even going to go further down. I mentioned the Finidi George and the Emmanuel Amunike, or the Kano Uncles, who did it at the highest level.
Let me help out Francisca, what she's trying to say.
What I'm trying, okay, maybe.
When we talk about mentality, we're not saying you can't manage yourself, but you see that
ability
level to manage
of
that big stage. Like what the Brazilians or the Argentines
That's what
will
Boniface
do.
is doing it. And that's why Boniface says he needs to be the African Footballer of the Year, just to remind you of what he's achieved.
Would you compare the club where he is to current PSG, like we speak?
No.
Good.
In this silence, we need to go for a break. Right? We'll talk about more stories when we come back from this time out. There'll be loads to share with you right here on Sports in 60 Minutes. So we've returned from the recess, and practically you guys, well, there are loads of stories. I'm just going to touch on a few more stories.
Okay.
Enyimba this week, Francisca, Enyimba were put into a group, and everyone says it's very difficult. Zamalek, Al Masry, and Black Stars, right? That's what they are. I think Enyimba can qualify.
You think so? Maybe
we need to
of
change.
Enyimba of those days, not this
Mr.
current.
Pessimistic, Mr. Optimistic.
Oh yeah, now.
I'm trying to
Miss enthusiasm.
No. Miss, I always find a problem in something.
But
this is why, sorry, Francisca,
okay.
this is why you think I'm pessimistic, is because I'm telling the truth.
No.
And we don't like the truth. No.
and
Especially
he's
in Nigerian
optimistic.
sports.
He's
Yes,
usually optimistic. It's
think
neither
Enyimba
here
can
or there.
I think Enyimba can qualify.
Okay.
I think the most difficult team is Zamalek. Agreed. Right? Al-Masri and they will beat them. Mozambique.
You can't do because those ones are doing pretty well in their league.
We
and
go beat them.
See, if it's Aimba of those days, exactly. If Aimba of those days, I will agree with you. But not.
No. Yema, when he went to Port Harcourt, what happened?
Did you know that he struggled before he got into the group stage of this?
No,
it was a penalty. It was a penalty that they eventually won.
You let the pawns go first. And that's why you don't show your secret weapon, which is what Aimba has done.
You play chess.
I do.
You play chess. Now, when the pawn goes first, and you use your knight, stupidly, what happened to the queen and the king?
And you use your bishop.
Femi, I think we're going to play a chess game together one of these days. Now, let me be very honest with you, right?
Do you guys want us to stake once again?
No.
Aimba's qualification.
I think I'm going to stake. I will. I will stake.
From that group, right? If we want to be honest with ourselves, we have what it takes. Well, are we tactically disciplined? This is where the problem is. No, let's talk. How do the three of us always end up for 1 hour on this set?
Wait, but did you watch? Did you watch?
Are we tactically disciplined?
Yes.
Please come to my aid.
Yes, we are.
See, I was saying to him that the last game they played into coming into the group stage. It was a struggle.
They struggled.
It was a struggle. It was penalty.
You know what?
We were praying that they qualify because the likes of Economy Warriors, they've gone. Remos have gone. Enugu Rangers.
After Christmas. Should be January is the last round of matches now. We'll see at the
Okay. We'll go there here.
I'll remind each other.
We are here.
LeBron James from the NBA. The NBA starts, by the way, very soon. Preseason has started. We've seen a couple of games come through. But the first time in history where father and son will feature in one game. LeBron James and Bronny James. I think it's nepotism, really, but that's another conversation altogether.
I don't think so. I think it's historic. LeBron James have actually worked hard. If the son is coming into play in the same team, he's not a legend. It simply shows that the father has laid a very solid foundation.
But can the son walk in the father's... Can he outgrow the father? Because LeBron is larger.
It depends. It depends. It actually depends.
NBA
yes, that's what I was going to.
In conversation is between him and Michael Jordan.
Exactly.
Right? How does the son, who's 20, who also had some health challenges in the past? Remember when he had the, was it the collapse? The coma he was in, and no high blood pressure. And all. But let's talk about him playing for the Los Angeles Lakers. Can he live up to the expectation of his father?
Funny enough, he's not playing the same role like the father.
Better for him.
He's a guard.
Because he had no points. He had no points in that game.
Yes, he's a guard.
No assist in that game.
He's a guard. And most guards are usually there just to pick up all rebounds, look for an opening.
He had no rebound, by the way.
That's just one game. That's one game. But let me quickly say this, right? The feat LeBron James did achieve in his career, you don't expect the son so quick to do that. He might get in there, but it will take some time. But it is historic that father and son are actually in the same team.
Have we ever seen a situation where a legend, in quotes, legend in the world legend, had the son eclipse their achievements?
No.
For me, I felt I don't have issues with him playing with his father currently, but I was thinking maybe playing another team.
Yeah.
But maybe when his father is done, then come back to LA Lakers and not both of them playing together.
Funny enough,
that's just what I feel.
Cleveland from Ohio, Cleveland, and that's why I thought that
there will be a reason for it.
Okay. Let's see how it goes. All right, let's turn for another break. When we come back, we've got the Nigerian national team once again on the menu. This time, names, daggers, and everything will be out right here as we go through the qualification stage for Nigeria. All right, so we've got quick questions going through the second phase right here on Sporting 60 Minutes on our Studios. So the Super Eagles are in town, and we all know that there's excitement. 2 games, one against Libya in Uyo, the second game in Benin. Against Libya. And I have a few questions here put together, right? So you guys have shared your thoughts already, so I'm just going to ask the questions. So we put it documented. Nobody should come and do mago, because the last time somebody in this group...
Please call the name.
Form that, I predicted 4 points, but you did not get the sequence. So now we're going to ask the questions and we're going to give the answers. Can Eagles get maximum points against Libya in both games? I'm going to start off by saying yes. I do believe so. With the style of football we play, what Eguavon has introduced is belief. The players have belief once again. You remember when he granted that interview and he said, look, the respect the players showed him was the thing that blew his mind off. Like he knew these guys were hungry. They were ready to die, spill blood on the field of play. And we saw it in the first game against Benin. The same Benin that one Finidi George couldn't beat. We yeye them. Rwanda were lucky. It was a bad pitch. It was a bad pitch, and everyone saw that because I was surprised how CAF approved that pitch. But Rwanda were lucky because the referee cancelled Ademola Lookman's goal. Now, Libya, they know they are done for already. Their coach has already been shaking in his boots.
Did you read the last comment the coach made yesterday?
The one he made was we can get maximum point. That's what I read. I don't know what you were reading, but I read maximum point.
No, he didn't say maximum point. He said they're coming for a draw.
That's the coach of Libya.
Yes, the coach of Libya.
That draw is dreamland.
Yes, I agree with
it's
you.
the Lulu.
I absolutely agree with you there. No doubt about
You
that.
agree?
But yes, I agree
You
with
and
you.
I agree?
Yeah, I agree with you that we're picking up the 3 points here in Uyo. No doubt about that. And with the massive support the Super Eagles have been...
If we all agree we're getting 3 points, and then there's no point. Let's go to the one that you don't agree with me.
No, there's something I still don't agree.
What don't you agree?
Even if I agree
Away
that
from home.
Yes, apart from the away from home. You see, we keep cajoling ourselves that the Super Eagles has arrived. We've not arrived.
What do you mean?
We don't have a pattern of play.
What do you mean pattern of play?
Everybody is playing to their own individual glory.
What we have seen,
Not
the
as a
national
team.
play,
Yes.
right, is 4-3-3,
Agreed.
right? And when you say 4-3-3, a lot of times, Lookman becomes goes closer like the 8.
Who is the ball winner in that particular team?
Ball winner. What happened to Wilfred?
Which
Recently,
What
no,
happened to
he
Onye?
hasn't.
What happened to Onye?
Recently, he has not.
I have watched the
He
couple
hasn't.
of two
Maybe
games he
in
has
Leicester
played.
City, but not with the Super
Not with the
Eagles.
Super Eagles. Femi, please
As
be
currently
realistic
as
now.
we speak.
Wake up.
Jimason,
But
wake up.
Fine, do you agree or do you disagree? 6 points or not?
I don't agree with 6
What
points.
do you
I
say?
agree with 3 points. I agree on 4
4
points. Yeah.
Arrange it to 3 at home.
3
it's
at
4
home,
points.
1
away. No,
away.
but Francisca has
No.
has a day in the sun.
I'm going with Francisca.
You two 3 points, 1 away.
1 away.
I'll come back here and put you people to shame. next week.
Nothing. You can't do anything. Patapata will do a tag team.
Can Boniface step into Osimhen's shoes?
Patapata will do a tag team.
Yes, of course he can. You see, it's because.
So now you agree that Boniface has what it takes.
Yes, of course he does.
So now you agree that Boniface
he
is one of
has
the
what it
hottest
takes.
players.
He has all the capabilities to be a great player.
It's because I don't know. A lot of people keep saying, "Oh, Victor Osimhen." It's because of if Boniface and Lookman does not come to the party, or if both of them don't do what they are supposed to do, then I think they need to be flogged or removed out of that national team. Because we can't just keep relying on a particular person. Maybe if you say he's the spirit, he's got the charisma. Osimhen, I'm talking about Osimhen now. Maybe the way and manner in which he carries the team and all of that. But in terms of performance, I don't think it's going to equate what Boniface is going to do.
You know, Princewill, you said something earlier about the coach, style of play, what you think about the whole team. I just want to ask you, do you think, whether he gets it positive or not, Nigeria should stick to Egwevon as the national team manager, or have you got a different choice in mind?
I don't think I've got a different choice. If they're giving him the job, the problem I have is as a technical director, he cannot hold dual responsibility. You need to step down from one to take
Not necessarily. We saw, wasn't it, Jurgen Klinsmann run the same position in the USA, top to bottom.
Yes.
And was still the coach of the US men's national team.
We have different culture.
Exactly. And different
They're saying
pedigree.
America doesn't have a culture.
Different pedigree.
We do, but our own belief and understand when it comes to a team manager or a coach, they call it team manager, where we call it coach, is quite different because the coach is expected to be completely focused on the team progress and success. As a technical director, you have your responsibility and duties with the FA. Now, you will not tell Nigerians that because you're a technical director, you're not having complete 100% commitment to the national team. And that.
Do you agree with him? Because this will be nodding. You'll be nodding since like this. And I don't see nodding too. You're not be nodding. Do you
But
agree
I
with
was the
coach?
one who said that if he wins, if he qualifies us to the Nations Cup.
You should go to the Nations Cup.
Go to the Nations
Nations
Cup.
Cup is 2025 December.
Yes.
Please go to the Nations Cup. Go to the Nations Cup.
Can I
Because
ask you this question?
you can't keep
A
telling him
World
to
Cup
come and
qualifier.
qualify.
Wait, Francis, a World Cup qualifier will come up in March. Remember this. Remember what happened the last time Egwevon won
Are
that
you saying
World Cup
that our coaches
Then-
don't have the quality of what the ones out there have?
Yes.
There's no need bringing in Fidelis Lechuku and
To be what? I think for them even being assistant coaches of this, and it's a far stretch.
It's a shame, eh?
It's a stretch, not a far. I'm not saying it's a shame. It's a stretch. Shame is only when I'm talking to. When
Okay,
I'm,
two of us.
Yes, it's a stretch. It's a stretch.
So they shouldn't have been there. Is that what
No,
you're
this is
saying?
why I say
That's just it.
because I'm trying to wonder. I've always said this about Nigerian coaches everywhere, and that's why when I mentioned the Kwesi Appiah story. You need to go out, for you to be respected, for you to be revered. You need to go out and do king in your own area.
An
There's no
African
one-
coach for that matter.
Yes, and I mentioned Keshi. It's a good example. The only reason we started respecting and paying attention to Keshi was his exploit at Togo, qualifying them for the World Cup, what he did at Mali Immediately when we're talking to
When
Keshi,
he came back here, we messed him up.
we're not talking to Keshi as
He messed them up.
we're not.
We messed him up.
It's
It was
a
we
You
that
think-
messed him up.
no. I think that Keshi also messed up.
He messed up.
After
I think he messed
2013,
up. He messed us up as well.
Because
well,
remember,
you
after
will not blame
2013,
him because of what he met on ground. And
That's why you
know,
be the change. We only spoke of change here. You can't say, I can't come into this place and say, I'm meeting two of you, right? And I'm meeting both of you, and I have to say, oh goodness, here we go, right? People are going to say Nigeria has no pattern in time of our play. But I'm always optimistic by saying,
because you're an optimistic man.
because I see the Eagles win games.
Okay.
If we say that the manager we don't have the pattern, we've seen our managers win
So
games.
would you stop
Pasero
saying-
got to a final. Although Nigerians kept saying he had no pattern.
He had no pattern. I'm one of those who said so.
Prince,
He had no pattern.
Prince, we fight today.
See,
We'll fight.
Okay, so, well, we're still talking about what the manager can do in terms of making the team better. But then the question struck my mind, Prince, where earlier you mentioned you're comfortable with the manager taking over, right? If the results are positive. So let me flip the question. If the results are not positive or not negative, whatever it is, would you still be all for Eguavoen getting the job as the Super Eagles manager?
100%. 100%.
Even during the World Cup qualifiers in March next year?
100%.
Francisca, do you agree with this? The fact that you're thinking about it means that it's not as if you want to
Let
come.
that time come.
No, because we've always said the NFF needs to get a substantive manager, right?
Consistency and continuation.
I'm thinking a foreign manager is what we need.
I don't
But
think
the
foreign
foreign,
manager.
they are not forthcoming.
What do you mean they're not
The
forthcoming?
foreign
don't have what it
managers
takes.
are not
We don't have what it
forthcoming
takes.
We
because
don't
we
have
do
what it
not
takes.
have what it
We
takes.
do, because
If
remember...
Number one, we don't have
Labadea
No, but
will fall apart.
remember, what's his name? What's the man's name? The French coach.
Didier Deschamps.
No, the one who took...
Hervé Renard.
Hervé
Renard.
Renard. Said the NFF spoke to him, gave him an offer, a good offer. But yet he turned the job down. So it
Because-
wasn't about the money, it was about the pressure. The pressure that comes with coaching Nigeria.
That's the thing. So
And
it
I mentioned
doesn't
to you that,
want,
look,
it doesn't
for me,
want
my
you
challenge
people's
is our local
shenanigans.
coaches. Our local coaches.
That's just it.
It doesn't
Our
want
local
you people's
coaches don't do
shenanigans.
enough for themselves. And I'm not saying this to talk down on anybody. They've paid their dues, but I'll say if you are as valuable, Princewill, as you're like this, as valuable as you think you can offer, if I don't respect you in my house or in your own house, what you do is you go outside, prove yourself. So by the time you walk back in, I will not talk to you anyhow. And I give you a good example. Kwesi Appiah, Pitso Mosimane, Stephen Keshi, they all left because Mosimane won the
Please
Champions
mention
League.
Amunike as well.
Amunike, the jury is still out. I thought that adventure to Tanzania was good, qualified them for the Nations Cup. But then didn't achieve anything at the Nations Cup. And that was where it ended. We never saw either expecting that, okay, you grow on that. Maybe take another national team. When you now say Nigeria and you say you want to coach Super Eagles, I'm like, what have you done? And you show me that. I'm game.
Now,
But most
this
of our
is-
national team bosses, currently, most of the last 3 local managers we've given, if I ask you, what have they done outside of the Super
This
Eagles?
is where I have my problem with a
Nothing.
lot of you guys. Impatience.
No, I'm a very patient person. As a matter of fact,
Yes, you as Femi,
I'm
and I've
very
come
patient,
to know, yes,
yes.
but a lot of Nigerians out there don't have that patience. And you know, in football, it's not a one-off thing.
It's a continuous
It's a
thing.
continuous. You might not get
Are
it
we
right at the
ready?
beginning, but gradually you'll get in there. It took Keshi number of years to acquire. In fact, you're forgetting somebody who did it pretty well. Shuaib Ahmadu.
No, but Amodu always did it with a mindset that whenever we employ somebody, I'm only here for it because it was TD.
But he
And
qualified
like
us
we
for the
always say
Nations
about
Cup and the World Cup.
TDs, every TD we've had since Amodu till now, Shuaib Amodu, may so rest in peace, all died in the position.
What
They
are you
never-
insinuating?
No, I'm saying that they never resigned, never took another role. It was until death.
That's
Because
what
the
I'm
last two
saying. What are you
TDs,
insinuating?
the last 2 TDs passed away in that position.
What are you insinuating?
I'm saying that Eguavoen is going to stay there and not collect another coaching job somewhere else, except the one we hand to him, which is the national team job. And I'm saying we should not hand him the national team job because if you want to prove, because I remember before he took this TD position, he had a job, I think was in Mali. Where
Yes,
it was
in Mali, yeah.
Yes, and he turned that down for this. One where you be behind the desk, pushing files right, left, and center. You had one where you go, you're a coach, you go to the field every day. You talk to young players, you impact knowledge. He turned that down for a job behind the desk.
You didn't know the condition why he turned it down.
But now you want Nigerians to give you time, patience? No. Because you failed us twice in 2021 and 2022.
But you just applauded him just now that he's doing the right job. Taking
No,
us
I'm
to
saying that
winning
he has,
games.
no,
Yes,
I'm saying
winning
that, I'm
games.
saying that the best
Thank you.
thing, no, I'm saying that the best thing he can do for us is qualifiers.
It's qualifiers.
He cannot take
and
us
when
to
he's done
tournaments.
qualifying,
Yes, hand the team back to whoever will take the team.
so which is tougher?
The
Qualification or the
itself.
competition
Competition
itself?
Competition
What
itself.
if you don't get qualified? Would
I
you
ask you
play the
this?
It
competition?
doesn't matter.
So what
Can I
are we
ask you
saying?
this?
But I just made a point now, remember? I'm saying...
We always
if
make
you
points.
don't-
We all make points when
Yes.
we sit here.
But
even though
I
we don't
just said,
agree.
if you don't get qualified, would you play any tournament
Now?
or any competition?
Again, I revert back
so
to my favorite
I feel
word that I always
qualification is
use.
more tougher.
No, everybody qualifies. So Nigeria qualifies for the World Cup. But do we win
But
the
we
World
failed.
Cup?
But we failed to qualify
Right? But
for.
when-
We failed to qualify for the World Cup last year.
Because Eguavon failed us.
Can I ask you a question?
So did we play the tournament or the competition?
When will
No.
it be very, very appropriate to place a certain level of value on our coaches? Because
When our coaches put value on themselves.
No, it is when you and I
No.
put value on
No. No.
And I want to
They already
say
have
when
value.
this.
No,
and
when I say value-
and I want to say when the system gives them that
ambience to excel.
No, when
excel.
when I say
give
put
them
value,
that
when I say
level
put
of
value,
playing ground.
Finidi George left Spain where he was coaching in Real Betis. Came to Nigeria and the first thing he was looking for was the Super Eagles job.
Yes.
Without even having any background. They said, go and coach in the league. Won the
And he
NPFL,
did.
they gave him the opportunity. In 4 games for Nigeria, he failed. Including the World Cup qualifiers.
You say he failed. What was the circumstances that made
Exactly.
him fail?
There was
We should-
exactly.
we
There
should-
was no
we should
enabling
analyze this.
environment.
Francisca.
Is it
No,
the
Princewill, Francisca.
There's
We're
no
talking about-
enabling
we're talking about the
environment.
professional.
Because
If you know the environment wasn't it, because you've been an assistant manager of that team for a while, you should step down.
Can I ask
We
you?
bring the
How's
story of
where-
Ikorodu
where-
City.
where-
Can I
Ikorodu
ask you
City. Let me bring the story of Ikorodu City. The club in NPFL that I support because they are a Lagos team.
As usual.
And you know what Lagos always does? A coup for show. What the coach did was he resigned at the weekend.
Yeah,
He said because, one, he felt the pressure he was getting from the fans and from the management that he wasn't going to put himself
Why is he
through
talking
it.
about the environment? Because a lot of us put pressure on them unnecessarily.
No.
You're expecting results that you know will not come to pass.
Eguavon that failed us at the Nations Cup. Is that not the same that took another person? Passero.
Are you aware?
Passero took
Which
us to the
Passero?
final.
Let me tell you what
Did
took us to
he
the
win?
wait. Let me tell you
Did
what
he
took us to the
win?
Nations Cup final.
Francisca from your mouth.
Did he
I tell you
win?
what took Femi, what took us to the Nations Cup final? You play football.
Who were the people that took us to the
Hold
Nations Cup?
on. You play football. I play football to a particular level. There's doggedness, there's persistence, and there's element of luck. Those guys in the Super Eagles had that playing out for them. We saw what happened when
So
we
the
met.
luck was not there in 2021.
Wait, we saw what happened when we met Cote d'Ivoire in our first game, right? We smashed them. We were all jubilating.
We beat them through way.
When we came to the final, what happened?
Nothing.
Who was,
It
the
was-
more
We're
hungrier
nowhere
team
to-
won that
we're
game.
there was
nowhere
no-
to be
Consistency,
No,
doggedness, and
no.
luck comes
We
to
were
play.
They
nowhere
had a
to
new
be
manager
found.
bounce. They had
Where's new manager?
They had sacked Halilovic.
That new manager, circumstances gave him that opportunity.
Yes.
But the coach that handled that particular team had already sold his philosophy of what he wanted
They
that team to
changed
look
that
like.
philosophy.
Which
Princewill. Prince,
which
they changed
philosophy?
that. Prince, I will not go to the past with
Which-
you people.
oh.
What we've gone past that stage,
Oh.
I will not go to the past with you, Prince.
But Iguamo was the past.
I will not go to the past with you. No, he's the present.
Oh, he's the present
He's
now.
the present.
Okay.
I will not go to the past with you, Prince. I
You
will
know,
not do that.
the
I will
thing
not
is,
do that with the two of you today.
the
I will
thing-
not do
is-
it.
The thing is just that maybe I'll just to an extent I want to agree with him
Let's
because
hug right now because I am going to
because the coaches for me, you know, when they throw, there's a word I don't want to use. They throw stuff at you and you gladly accept it. Just like he said, I'll rather say, you know what, I don't want, let me go and prove a point somewhere,
Yeah.
then come back.
Yeah.
Then come back to an extent.
Princewill, I can't
Just
believe that you don't
I used
understand
to-
this thing.
Just like I
As you are
used
like
to.
this Princewill now.
You know,
Just
I'm
like,
looking at you.
Why are you
because
looking
that's
at
the
me?
reason
No, I'm
why
looking at you. Why
the
are you looking at me, Princewill?
administrators or the
if I sorry Francisca that cutting you. If I look at the North American League and the South African League, I begin to ask myself, what's his name now? Mr. Mesimeni. He's in South Africa. Are you telling me he's better than some of our coaches?
Yes. Because he went to take Al Ali and took them to the highest level, won the Champions League, went to Saudi Arabia, performed.
But he performed first in his hometown.
In
South
his,
Africa.
yes, he did not ask so Peter had coached the national team, and before, I think he had to learn it the hard way. They handed him the national team job, and he had failed at it. So he went to Mamelodi Sundowns, won the Champions League, went to Al Ali, won the Champions League, went to Saudi Arabia, performed. Now he's hot demand. However, Renard has never been the French national team coach, remember, right? But came to
But
Africa,
he's won.
won 2 trophies, and then French female football team called him up to coach them. While he has failed at that assignment, on the African scene, his CV still looks illustrious.
Either you like it or not, we've not given value to our local coaches.
Okay. All right, let's ask one last question and then we'll leave this segment. Can Chidera Ejuke's impressive performance for club translate to national team? He just returned to the national team. He's the best dribbler in Spain, ahead of the likes of Vini Jr., Kylian Mbappe, Lamine Yamal. So it means this guy knows his stuff.
let's see. At this point, Femi, I just want to see them do stuff on the field of play. and stop asking whether or not.
They can't
Please
do anything. This
go
Super
there
Eagles,
and prove a
disjointed
point.
on
Then
match day.
then we
Oh,
come back.
goodness.
They can't do anything.
We come back
Oh,
and have
goodness.
conversation.
I don't know how
honestly.
you guys. I don't know how you guys.
Because they do super,
do
you know, they
anything.
do super so well
They come
in
to
their
the
various
Super
clubs,
Eagles
and
and they
roll
come
around the
to
field.
national
Princewill, Francisca, the
national
Super
team,
Eagles.
and they churn out
we
low
have the best
performance.
dribbler in La Liga. You guys can say this. If Eguavon plays the best dribbler, you can be rest assured.
The guy can be good in his club
can
side.
be-
When it comes to
exactly.
the national team,
He flops.
that thing
When
is
players
disjointed.
come to
Please,
Nigeria,
let's-
when players come to Nigeria, we see a different kind of player.
Why?
No, in a good way. We see a player who has grit, stamina, aggression, vision, skills.
Am I talking
And
to Femi?
steez.
And Steve.
And to wrap it up, that's
Let
what
me
it
help
is.
him. Let me help
Let's
him
go for a
add
break
that.
right now. When we come back, we'll talk to the FPL and some stories coming through from international football.
Oh my God.
All right, so this is the last part of the show. Exciting because while no club football, we've got NPFL games to go through. And I sat down, looked through what my producers put together, and I cannot deny I'm excited. The very first story captured my attention. Now, he started off by mentioning Ahmed Musa's recent switch to Kano Pillars. 1. 2, he scored a brace in that game, right, against Katsina United. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Right? 2nd. And 3rd, Kano Pillars are jamming once again. I know that you guys will start thinking of what stories you want to say. Maybe I should start off Francisca, because I've seen the smile. So, and his friends is still, so, look, this is beautiful for the NPFL.
Yes, it is. I really love what the players are doing, returning to the league, you know, to come and retire and also play good football.
Ahmed Musa is not retiring. He's 31 years old. He came back, he's patriotic. He came to give Nigeria football.
Whatever. I
He's
love
not
the fact
even
that
gonna
I love the fact
he
that
had offers from Europe, but
he said no.
I want to
play for Nigeria. So this is good.
That's
I
a
also
man
love
who
the
has
fact
heart.
that also the ex-internationals, so they are also picking jobs
Shehu Abdullahi,
with
Daniel
Daniel
Mokachi.
Mokachi. So this says that I think we are beginning to tilt to the right direction, and I'm just hoping that this momentum will remain and will be sustained.
I'm pretty sure I've been looking at you with the corner of my eyes, but I think there's no need to ask you the question. The only question I'll ask you is, if his form continues like this, would you clamor for him to return to the Super Eagles?
No.
Let's leave the conversation. Let's go to another story for sure. That's my problem with you.
Go further the conversation.
He shouldn't come back.
but
At 31, he's
but-
got something to offer the national.
He
just
shouldn't come
say,
He's 31 years old.
okay.
He shouldn't come back.
But I would have
Chukwuemeka
actually,
is older than he is.
but I would have actually wanted him to be back, at least play one more competition.
I think he should play the AFCON.
the Super Eagles,
He'll be
and
32
then
next year.
crown it
He
all.
shouldn't come back. As at the time, he had not gone out of quote-unquote normal play in Europe. He was just being invited to Super Eagles. Did he play games?
No, he didn't.
So, why take that jersey, that space?
No, maybe Princewill, maybe just to,
Just to honor him.
No.
honor him.
He has
And
what to
also
offer the team.
I'd also talk.
No,
No,
no.
if you say offering, don't
Yes.
don't
No.
even go there.
What do you mean?
Don't
No.
go there.
2 goals, someone has got 2
Wait.
goals in the NPFL.
No, Ahmed Musa is a fantastic
Offer
player
to
in
the
game.
team in terms
But
of
at that
result
level,
or in
at
terms
that
of-
level,
Speed,
no, the speed
vision.
there.
I beg, please.
Goal scoring is
please
that
don't-
speed.
don't-
He's the highest goal scorer
No,
for Nigeria.
maybe if
this
you
season.
say-
Yes, we
World Cup.
agree. We
Maybe,
agree.
Femi, maybe if you say what we did for the likes of Joseph Yobo and the
Even
likes,
Stephen Keshi.
Stephen Keshi, I
the
can
Guamon,
agree with you.
It's
But if you
difficult-
say for him to come
it's difficult to- it's
and
difficult
give
to-
you results, what kind of
It's difficult
results
to cut a break with both of you.
to score goals
Yes,
for
he
you?
scores goals.
They play. I'm
Let's
sorry
look through
to
some of
use
the
that
let's
word.
look through some of the fixtures for this weekend. The biggest game obviously has to be Shooting Stars against Enyimba.
They lost in the last game, the scheduled game. I just want to remind you.
Who lost?
Shooting Star lost now. The rescheduled game, they lost 1-0.
That one they happen now.
I just want to remind you.
Against Enyimba. They'll beat them at Lekon Salami now. They'll beat Enyimba at Lekon Salami.
Anything can happen.
They'll beat Enyimba at Lekon Salami.
Anything can
You
happen.
know,
The way Yema is going.
You know, what Femi is saying right now brought a serious argument between myself and Sunday Agubiade.
Oh, okay.
I was telling him that the last game Shooting Star played,
Oh,
there was this issue
shooting.
of floodlight didn't come on time and floodlight didn't come on. And Sunday was telling me, am I the security man or am I the person in charge of floodlight? People
Sunday
think-
Agumbiade,
Yes,
Mr. Avia.
Mr. Ba. I are you laughing?
You're going to go and speak to shooting stars. To the shooting stars. What did you think? What were you going to hear? What were you going to hear?
Die hard shooting star.
But I think shooting to win this game.
Yes,
What
I
do
do
you
too.
think?
I do.
You?
I say a draw in this game.
All right, let's go to the next game. Kano Pillars are away to Aqua United. Draw in this match.
Oh, Kano Pillars to win.
Kano Pillars away?
Yeah.
No, they'll lose because Aqua United didn't win their last game. So the Venom will be out.
Kano Pillars, Aqua United are playing horrible this season.
I agree with
I
you,
don't know
but
what.
playing
Ever since Makaiba left that team, it's not really been pretty good for them. I
the
don't
players
know.
are actually complaining, welfare-wise. Yeah.
Remo Stars versus Nasarawa United. Now remember, Remo lost their last game to beat their unbeaten run against Nasarawa United.
No, it could be
I think
3 points.
Remo. I go Remo. Despite the manager not being there. So
I go Remo.
Without Ogumodede.
they won without Nwobodo the last time.
Without him.
Okay.
All right.
Maybe I'll just flow with you guys.
Let's pick the last one. Champions Rangers are away to Sunshine Stars.
Wow, Rangers.
I feel this one is also very tricky. I'm going for Sunshine to win.
Going for a draw.
Sunshine to win.
Sunshine to win.
If there is no Fidelis on the touchline, it's usually difficult.
I'm going for a draw.
Okay. Sunshine
right.
to win.
There'll be qualifying games coming through from the Africa Cup of Nations 2025-2026 based on the timeline. There are also games from the FIFA World Cup Common Ball region and the Asian region, while there'll be National League matches lined up all through this weekend for the European nations. So we'll come up with all the stories and the high points next time when we return for Sports in 60 Minutes. Must say a big thank you to Francisca Nwobodo. It's been a great delight having conversations with her. Same as Princewill Oviesan, who's also been very good in terms of thoughts coming in about Nigerian football and all. And we'd like to hear from you as well on our social media platforms. Share your thoughts with us and then comment on our YouTube page. We'd love to hear from you. I'm Femi. Big thanks to you for watching. Remember to go about your daily business. Stay safe, everyone. Stay safe.